Salish Kootenai College was established in 1976. We obtained our full accreditation in 1984, and the college offered its first bachelor degrees in 1991. American Indian students were doing very poorly at off-reservation colleges and universities prior to the establishment of our college. Over half of the freshmen never finished the year. The reason for the college was that our culture was eroding at a very fast pace, and we needed to do something to provide an avenue for our tribal leaders, tribal elders to pass on the culture. And also the tribes had been given the right through the Self-Determination Act to contract BIA programs and public health programs, but we didn't have the people power, the men and women with the training to take over those contracts. But there wasn't nearly enough qualified workforce. So our tribes and other tribes needed a college. SKC and other beginning colleges across the country were chartered to provide access and opportunity.
The mission of Salish Kootenai College and all tribal colleges and universities is to promote, protect, and teach the Native culture of its people. This is embedded in the Salish Kootenai College mission through culture, communication, citizenship, and critical thinking. We are extremely proud of our institution's 36-year history. We started very small and have grown into a nationally respected institution. Some of the highlights we have of the last few years are that we have developed a beautiful campus with state-of-the-art facilities. We are extremely proud that we are an open entry institution. We welcome people in the community from both locally and throughout the world. Salish Kootenai College has many partnerships with other tribes such as Kalispel Tribe, Colville Tribe, and Spokane Tribes of Washington. Here are some highlights of 3 of our newest programs.
Science and engineering degree programs at SKC provide students with an integrated mix of classroom instruction, laboratory work, field work, and internship experiences that well prepare students for their chosen careers. Science and engineering degree programs at SKC provide students with an integrated mix of classroom and laboratory instruction, field work, and internship experiences that prepare students for successful careers in their chosen field. Students have opportunities for paid summer and academic internships working with SKC faculty researchers or with researchers at partner federal labs, private companies, and other universities. As an example, I'm one of the scientists on the international team that designed the science instruments on the NASA Mars Science Laboratory Curiosity rover that's been operating on Mars since August 2012, studying whether Mars was ever suitable for microbial life. Noel Stewart, SKC Hydrology student, and Judy Hudgens, SKC Computer Engineering student, worked with me at the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California for the first 3 months after landing. And we were working on operating the rover science cameras and exploring the Gale Crater landing site.
Attending SKC and accepting an internship opportunity has allowed me to work on one of NASA's journeys. I wouldn't have prospered as a student pursuing a bachelor's degree in hydrology or succeeded as an intern working with data from the Mars Science Laboratory's Curiosity rover without the knowledge I have gained in STEM classes and the help of Dr. Tim Olson.
Water is a key natural resource in today's world and is increasingly becoming stressed, with 27% of all the fresh water in the United States flowing through or originating from tribal lands. Native peoples need to have a voice in managing water resources. SKC's new Associates and Bachelors of Science degrees in hydrology are the first geoscience degrees offered at any tribal college in the nation. The program offers robust interdisciplinary study of physical, chemical, and biological water resources and their management. A broad range of technically proficient, hands-on, place-based, and culturally appropriate teaching methodologies are used. Students will be prepared to effectively participate in any discipline or profession where advanced geospatial, water quality, or water quantification tools are needed. The long-term impact of SKC's hydrology programs will culminate in native hydrologists who are able to provide the unique perspective of Native peoples on natural resources while taking advantage of the most current technologies.
The Bachelor of Arts curriculum in Tribal Historic Preservation at SKC is a unique blend of Native American studies, history, anthropology, archaeology, environmental science, museum studies, and Native American language. The program explores the ways in which Indigenous groups, archaeologists and museums have successfully integrated Native philosophies and principles into preservation programs. This includes approaches to consultation, interpretation and representation, field techniques, and archaeological methods. Hands-on experience in fieldwork and laboratory techniques aimed at preserving and protecting tribal heritage are emphasized. Graduates with bachelor's degrees will be prepared for employment in tribal historic preservation programs, cultural departments, or tribal museums, as well as historic preservation programs in state and federal agencies, private cultural resource management firms, and museums. Students who continue on to graduate school can look forward to employment in more senior positions in tribal historic preservation programs, state or federal agencies, cultural resource management firms, and academia.
I think if you're looking for that fuller experience where you're going to get a well-rounded education in terms of, whatever your specific degree is, but also, those intangibles that you learn that help you walk in two worlds, I think, SKC is the perfect place.
Teachers take the time, they invest in us as students. They want to see us make that progress, and not just to get the degree, but to make personal progress for ourselves.
I would say that SKC would be, it's my home.
What I've found coming from the reservation is that my point of view is different from some other engineers, mostly because I seem to look at systems from an organic point of view. I look at the base building blocks and I see how they're going to grow together. I seem to have a pretty good grasp of how this system over here and this system over here are eventually going to relate to each other. They've taken advantage of that in a couple of situations, and it's been pretty rewarding to see how somebody at the age of 23 can offer something to these engineers that have been doing this for, 25, 30 years.
SKC, it's fantastic.